welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. I hope you're doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us. Please subscribe, tell the friend to tell the friend. Today's topic is amazing. I'm excited. So my name is Winnie, the founder of Williamson Earth Foundation and the co-host of the Insaka Talk Show. So stay tuned as I bring my baby sister, my friend, my therapist, one of my support systems. So I'm about to welcome you to Miss Yvonn Phiri. Good morning, Miss Yvonn Phiri.
Good morning, sister.
How are
Good
you?
to be here. I'm good. How are you?
I am very well. Welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. I've been asking you forever, and I'm excited because you are just not a friend. Professionally, you are a therapist. And then this topic that we have today, it's going to speak more to how you can help us out. And then as friend too, you can diagnose me at the same time. You can help us out. Because I think as women, we go through different personalities. So our main topic today is the main phases of friendship, understanding the different personalities. So before I even go anywhere, what's your take on that?
I feel like, we often don't talk much about the effect on friendship, even in our workplaces. So I feel like it's a very important topic. If you don't know how to be a friend, you sure don't know how to be a partner, you don't know how to work with people. So it's an important topic that we have to talk about because I feel like friendship in our daily life is so important.
I think you're right. I think the first question could have been like, do you even know if your friend is your friend? That's the
How do you
question.
know that?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Like, how do you really know if a friend is really a friend or a true friend? Because is somebody you're hanging out with every day a friend? And I find that interesting because in diaspora, I feel like most friendship are formed because we come from the same country. So proximity plays a part. So really, what is a friend? Who is a friend?
Who is your friend? Yeah, I think this is when this comes up, like why is that personalities matters in friendship. And then when that comes up, it's like, before you even form that friend of yours, do you really have to sit down with somebody that you have same personalities or not?
It doesn't have to necessarily be somebody you are similar with, but it does matter your values. So even like in a relationship, I think you have to have same values, not necessarily same personalities. You can be an extrovert and somebody can be an introvert and you can get along really well, but you have to value the important things. Like the core values have to be similar in a way. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. So right now, I think if we can go back, we've spoken about even 4 titles. I'm gonna take you back. We're gonna start going back from friendship. How do you know this one is your friend? Before we get back to the personalities.
I think it comes down to how you feel when you're with this person. Our bodies are very, very intelligent and they pick up on stuff we can't really articulate in words.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel good after you spend time with this person? Do you get nervous? Does this person make you uneasy? Does this person allow you to be yourself? For me, the truest taste of any friend is how well am I able to just be myself, to just exist, to just tell my truth without having to like think so much about how my friend is going to receive that information. Can I be sad and that is received well? Can I be happy? Can I receive good news and be able to share with this person? And this person is just like happy with me, sad with me. Like for me, that's the test. That's a litmus test for my friends. Like, how authentic am I with you?
I think that's the right way. And I would say that it's crazy because we all have that and we all feel like that because we are living this life and we want to be entitled. We want to know if this person loves me. I can test it. I do have friends. Jesus, Chineke. I do have friends that I can just get up and say, oh my gosh, this is what's happening right now. I don't know what to do. And it's going to be like, oh, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. It's just a matter of time. Even this one shall pass. But I do have those friends again. When you call them, before you even explain to them, they're asking you a question. Why are you even telling them that? Like, oh, so that happened to you? Are you sure it's really that happened to you? The good news, Yandy. Are you sure that is true? Can you verify that? And then you're like, is this my friend? They're questioning you for your own joy. You are sharing it. You are like literally you are getting up and picking up the phone. Look what's happening to me. It's like, oh, are you for sure? Is that true? Oh, can I see it? Now they have to verify when they say
they want proof, yeah.
Yeah, and then when they say they're like, oh, that happened to you? Oh, okay. I guess that's what's happening now. And then you question yourself after that moment. Why was I even letting myself to approve to you when I tell you? If you are my friend and I'm telling you this is what's going on, this is what's up. I want you to support me. I don't have to go take all the receipts to give it to you for me to approve that it's real. So that means you're my friend, but at the end of the day, you put me in a bracket. She is not capable of these things. How did she get it?
Yeah.
And then some of us were very, I don't say naive, I don't know, but I'll say some of that. Some of us, we are like, oh, it's fine. But that's what they are. Maybe they just want to know. And this one, I'm going to ask you in a professional way. How would you act to a person like that? Professionally, not Yvonne right now. Professionally, we're in your industry. How do you react to those kind of friends? Because I think most of us, we face those people where no matter how you tell something, they just turn it down in such a way. How can you, professionally, not Yvonne, on your career work?
Yeah, so I think the most important part is to know if somebody really doesn't see you for who you are and they don't appreciate what you bring to the friendship, is to distance yourself. Because our mental health really depends on the people we're surrounding ourselves with. So if somebody constantly belittles you or tells you you are incapable of doing certain stuff that you know you're capable, and instead of them encouraging you or seeing you for who you are, they are like sort of doubting you, asking you for receipts and stuff like that. That's going to start to bring self-doubt in yourself. Mm-hmm. And with self-doubt, you really can't grow. And in our profession, we're about growth, self-actualization, really realizing that you are capable of anything. So you just distance yourself. You don't hang out with those people. You can be cordial, you can say hi, and keep it if it's in a professional setting, keep it professional, but you don't really have to be there.
Because they really, like you say, in the mental world, it's really draining when you're sitting in that kind of environment and you know that this is what this person feels about me, and then you're like, oh, and sometimes it takes a long time, especially the Feba Kashana. We feel like that while you're waiting for more, twice the man, but at the same time, we travel together one time, you're my friend, and then we start pouring. And then they're like, no, even if you're pouring to me, you're not my friend. But you've been pouring it. So how can you differentiate that friendship?
I think we often give ourselves up to people so easily. And it's very common to call people friends just because maybe you found in the same place. And it goes back to what I explained before. Just because you're in the same proximity doesn't make you friends. People have to earn you. Right. You have to have the right to call me a friend.
That's true.
And that has to happen because certain stuff has happened and has proved that you're a true friend. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something, just because somebody is there for your bad time does not make them a friend. You know, just because they rush to you when, you know, you're going through a bad situation does not mean they're your friends. They could just be there because they're enjoying that you're going through a bad, you're going through something bad. They're enjoying to see you suffer, you know. So, I often get this personally. I'm not too giving of my space. So I often get people telling me, "Oh, you don't share. You're not vulnerable." I'm like, I share. I'm constantly sharing with the people who have earned the space to be in. To be called a friend. So I just feel like as ladies, because we're so emotional and it feels good, we often are very trusting in that sense where we call anybody a friend just because, you know, you're hanging out, it feels good, but not everybody is your friend. I mean, just like you can't just wake up and say, oh, this is my boyfriend, somebody has to earn you. Yes. You know, you have, how do you know you've met the one? How do you know that you've met your friend? Like those are the same things. Yeah.
And I think you're right. We never put taste on our friendship. We just jump in the friendship and say, uyu munandi, uyu shani, uyu munandi, we don't take time to, I mean, you don't have to, but in a friendship can start like boom. But you don't take time. Like I would say, I have example of my friendship. I have friendship with Malita. How we met with me and Malita. One day we are about to have it come here one day. Through my mutual friend introduced me with Malita while she was in London. And then we became friends. We became friends while she was in college. I think we became friends for like 2-3 years. We were just talking on the phone because she was in school and I was here. So we talked almost everything. By the time we were coming into a friend, like meeting one-on-one, our friendship, like, you know, it's like a boyfriend. You have to give in and you have to put in and you have to sacrifice and you have to have understanding and you have to put loving. So it was like by the time we were meeting in person one-on-one and do what we're doing, it was like natural because we've been talking for so long. Like even now when we say this is what we're doing, because you've invested, like you say, you've invested in friendship, you earn it. I feel like we've earned each other's friendship. Same thing as I would say Malita. But there are some friends in between that we have found or we have come across, especially women, we have come across with this friendship where you feel like, no, this is my sister, this is my best friend, this is what I'm going to do. And then at the end of the day, when you realize their intention, you just feel so disappointed. How do you get out of the people you trusted so much, giving them a whole world? How do you get out of there?
I feel like disappointment is just a natural part of life. I can't start preparing for how I'm going to act if my friend betrays me. Betray or hurts, right? But if I knew, I wouldn't want to be waiting and then saying preparation. So I think what is really important is to have people that love you and people that have earned the right to be called friends. And like the example you just gave with Malita is like from the beginning there was that connection, and then when you were forming the friendship there was like a mutual respect, mutual understanding. So I do feel like as we age, friendship changes first, because when we were young, it was really about, we go to the same school and we didn't have so many things to process or think about. So friendship was really easy. But if you've noticed as you get older, it's really hard to like really have true friends, or even it's even harder to like make friends. If I say so myself. But then you find that most people have desires, and sometimes somebody will make you a friend, not because they necessarily want a connection with you. It's possibly maybe there is something they like about you, and then when they get close to you, they realize they can't be or they can't have what you have. then there's envy. So there's a very thin line between admiration and envy. It's right there. So people form connection because they like you or they like certain things that you do. But the same thing, when they get close, right, and they figure out that they can't be that, they can't have your energy, or they can't be liked by people the way people like you, then it turns into envy, if that makes sense. So it's really just knowing, oh, this is my friend, this is an important connection, and this is why we are friends, like understanding like that. Otherwise, there's no way to prepare for betrayal. If it happens... If it happens, it happens, yes.
And the thing is, like, on that part, when you say that, I have a friendship with Mate. I think we're going 3 plus. It's many, many years now. Me and Mate, we have 2 different personalities. I am like, what? Mate is like, but that friendship, it's so, that sisterhood, it's so for real that if I call Mate and I'm going, oh, she call me, she's crying, I won't even jump and say, Mate, even if no, I will sit down, we cry together. If we're laughing, we laugh. If I'm doing some crazy things, Mate, sometimes we'll do some crazy thing. I'll be like, Mate. If the world know that this is the crazy part, it's like the world will be surprised when they'll think you want somebody chef, and they will laugh about it. But we are 2 different people, and I love that. And I don't think I'll ever trade that with anyone. I love that she is who she is. And there's nothing I can do about it. Mate has told me, Mate, you want to come to talk show? When if you talk show, how to let me down, but I will support you and I'll watch you. Like, she's a friend. Like when you say about people come for either they like what you're doing or they want to be with you because of other things. Mate, she's my sister who sits and says, whatever you're doing, I'll be watching you. But guess what? When I'm doing the ads work, so now I'm t-shirt. See, did you do this? Make sure everything is ready. Like, she will taking for me. She's that person who route for me on the side. She won't come on the sidewalk. If I'm buying a dress, she will tell me the way it is, like quietly but on the point. And I listen because I know who I am. And I was like, yeah, you're right. If it I listen, and the same thing on the other side. You can't do that. And I love that because I know she did not come just to be there. She is my sister with thick and thin. When I lost my sister, Mate helped me go pick up my sister's coffin. That's how far friendship has come. When you are brown now, sister, because she brown, white, like that. In the conversation, we are still sort of crying, right? We are talking, laughing, and it's very like when you look at, even when we came here, we think we can form those kind of friendship, but some of us, we've been through it with people that we call friends, that way you trust them and you support them, and then they just bite you off. And I would say one of the things here, there's one of my friends, the world was just turning back. The world didn't turn back on this particular person. And me and my other friend, we were backing up this person. Like, no, you can't do this. It's not, even if whatever the world was saying, we said no because we trusted him. This particular friend, we trusted him, we loved him, we backed him up, me and my friend, and the world was just turning up and down. But come to think of, there was just one little simple mistake. This friend, this friend turned back. There's no blue or red. What can you do with that? Was that friend real?
I feel like sometimes we focus so much in the moment when a friendship has gone sour. But it's important to take a relationship or a friendship for what it was. So there were moments when everything was good, right? And then there were moments when you discovered who this person really was, or you then had a difference with the person, and then you start to wonder, have they been a fake friend all along? or is it just a bad moment? So I feel like in those moments also, it's very important to then look at the situation, because like in your example, I'm not really sure whether how they changed. It's something where you started thinking, have they been a wrong friend all along, or was it a bad moment?
No, I think in this friend was not a bad moment. This friend is like, it's like you are all together in friendship. You're suffering together. I'm going to give you this example. Trying to figure yourself out. But the moment you're being elevated up high, you forget everything about your friend because you've been elevated up high. And then when we ask you a question, what happened? You're like, oh no, I'm just working. This is my job now. I'm being elevated. So you guys, you cannot be my friend because my job is this high. When we poured everything into you to make sure the world was not turning against you, because if me and my other friend 10, we were the only two. If we had said game on, you could have been crushed down. But the moment we were down for a ride or die, you are our friend and we're going to support you because we don't believe this. But the moment you realize it, we make sure we sealed everything for you to have that same position that you have. You turned our back because now you're doing the job that we could have crushed it. So it hurts me that I've lost a friend that I thought I was a ride or die for you and you didn't. Over simple matter that you can just say, you know what, guy, whatever my boss is doing, I can tell my boss, whatever you're doing, this is not the way it's supposed to do. But you decided to go with your boss than your family friendship. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does shed a little bit of light, but I'm thinking this person had a dilemma. They had to choose between their job and you guys. Is that it? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
So that in itself is a difficult situation if you think about it, because one is economic and then one is emotion.
No, this job we don't even get paid.
What job is it? Can you please be specific? What job did they do? I'm trying so hard, Winnie. I'm trying to.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving on, Yvonne. No, this is, and I'm saying this because I get emotion. I've known this person for a long time. I'm going to I'll try to go in where you can understand. I've known this person for a long time. This is Insaka Talk Show. You're going to be real. This is a real, different personalities. People have different personalities. And it's okay to have different personalities. This person, I've known him for probably 20 years now. And then they go through different moments. We support them. But the moment they get elevated to be on a different position, they just feel like, I am here. I'm the boss now.
Okay.
So, like you said, I'm just going to move on because I was just trying to, because if I go in, I don't want to mention names here, but I'll just leave it where it is right now. Where it is.
Yeah, and I think getting back to the topic, I think what's really important is just not understanding. I feel like we've derailed a little bit from the topic because I think what we're trying to get to is understanding how personalities play a role in friendship. For example, if I make a big deal out of birthdays and my friend doesn't, does that then break the friendship? Or another example would be there are people who like to discuss every little thing that goes on in a friendship. So for example, if I did something to you, you want to talk about it and you want to talk about it right there and then. And there are people who are like nonchalant and they will like just, oh, it's a small thing, let me just move on. How does that then play out in friendship?
Yeah, like for example,
I feel like you and me, like you're very, I always tell you this, like you're very emotional, like every little thing is the huge thing. And with me, sometimes I love to look the other way, and I find like sometimes we're clashing because of that. Like,
yeah, we always clash a lot, guys. Don't just look at us like this. Yes, we have worked on ourselves, and this is a real. I hope other people can learn from it, because this is real. Different personalities. You have a different personality with me, totally.
Yeah, we do.
It took me a long time to understand you and get you, because before I was like, I cannot even stand Yvonn. I cannot take it. Oh my God, Yvonn again.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I think, even if you are who you are and I am who I am, what happened, I think, on our friendship, we allowed other people to be in between.
I think that happens a lot with other people too.
Yeah, with other people. Even if you are friends and then you're trying to work through the problem, when you allow other people to speak for you, a friendship, marriage, whatever situation, then you destroy the friendship. And I think we could have been better if we knew how to navigate it on the beginning, to just say, Yvonn, what did you say? Oh my God, Yvonn, I didn't like what you said. It would have been way better. It would have saved us all those years that we did not, we did the nonsense, nonchalant, we can't put it over here. It would have saved us so much time than figure it ourselves later, because it took us a while to get to where we are, where we'll be like, damn, actually, after all this time, you and me, we've been fine. We could have just sit down and talk, but we allowed other people to be in between. And I'm going to say this, guys out there, for Kashana especially, when you are in a setup of friends of 5, 10, being real, if one of your friend or your sister, because now we're sister, we're grown, we don't do friends, sisterhood, one of your sisters had said something to you and then you heard of it, please pick up the phone and go to their house. Girl, let's go have a coffee, have a drink, or have dinner, lunch, and talk about it. Do not go to the second person to tell them what they did, because what they're gonna go tell her, it's worse than what you're gonna say. And the result is you're gonna be enemies with the friend. You could have just said, go. We could have just gone and got, but we don't have to be, it doesn't have to be expensive. Dunkin' Donut, $3, $1. Have a coffee, sit there, have a donut and talk about it. We waste time by going to a third party or fourth party and tell, but if I still in it, that's me. I won't even deal with it. And then the way I says, I don't even want to deal with this person. That person who I'm telling, gonna go and tell her, she will even say more things that I didn't even say yet. At the end of the day, you lose a friendship. I think those things happened.
Yeah.
We could have sorted out so many problems.
Yeah, I agree with you. But then at the end of the day, I think like there's also like, I think like the motivation most times is to vent, right? But I find that it's unnecessary to vent on an issue that's unresolved. So if I have an issue with you, I have to figure out where you're coming from, talk to you first before I go and talk to a third person in a group, because I think it'll be pretentious if we say that we don't do it when we're in a group to then go and say Winnie did this or whatever. But I just find like if there's some misunderstanding, the first person to talk to is a person you are not understanding at the moment. So you can then get a better understanding of where they were coming from. Did they mean that, or were they just feeling bad? Or before I can go to a third person to say, this is what happened between us, but we've talked. Because then it's easy, you're just venting. Yeah, because what you're explaining is so important, and it does happen where I go to the third person and that third person exaggerates and puts things that are there, and you and me are looking at each other crazy because we are thinking, oh, this is what she thinks about me or whatever, when in reality it's further from the truth.
And that's what I'm saying, like for those different personalities, like you like, for example, we meet, you're in a group, set up of friends, you are all friends, whereby some friends, right, they like to be the only one in your friendship. So in my friendship, they are the queen. In your friendship, they are the queen. In the other person, they are the queen. But when you all meet up, I think you had this conversation, when you all meet up, this friend will even act like, oh, hi, like they don't even know you, but you talk 24/7. What would you do? How would you know this person? Because like now, I thank God. Listen, growing up, growth is
important. Yeah,
really important. That's why I did put this adapting growth in the friendship. It's really important because when I go back a couple years ago, I'll be like, damn, I should have known this. I should have known. But you know what? It's good that we go through that. And when you grow now, we have something to tell our children how to behave, how to prepare themselves. Because, like I say, you're in a setup of friendship, and then you don't know this friend of yours talk to all of you, 5 of you or 10 of you. And then among yourself, but this person, I left him, you talk about my problems, and that woman, I'm conversation. But my mom, my problems. God manage him. So like those friendship and personality, they really crash because you could have, in those friendship and personality, they could crash. But if you have like first hand in, like you say, going to the person when you hear something, you could save yourself even if you have different personalities.
Yeah, but another important part that we don't talk about, but it's happening in group friendships, you also have to know yourself and know, are you good in a group or are you good with just one-on-one, and then where you just relate to other people. Because in a group, you are assigned sort of roles in friendship, or it really comes back to there's a power dynamic going on. Yeah. Like you mentioned, like, oh, they're a queen here, they're a queen, and people play those roles religiously without talking about it. It's not something that it's said, but it's implied, right?
Yeah.
So there are people who love to be the main character, and then you guys just have to feature in their movie. So when they see that, when they see there's another person who has the main character,
they move.
Personality, they start attacking that person, and start having all these issues. So you really have to know like what's really going on for you to then be able to see how you handle yourself in a group, because sometimes some of the issues that come up in a group, they are really petty, and it just comes down to the power struggle. You know what I mean? Somebody really fighting to be the main character and then wanting you to just be there in the background. But if you have the main character energy yourself, you won't get along with that person. And then there are people who they struggle with liking themselves. And they so they really have a problem seeing you live your truth, you just carrying on being authentic, being yourself. They think you think something of yourself. It's like, no, I don't think I am something else. I know who I am. You are not sure who you are, so you're fighting with me on an issue. Yeah. So when you talk about like growth, I think like it's a natural thing to then, if you've never been in such kind of dynamic, in such kind of groups, in such kind of friendship, there is no way for you to tell who you even have, like who you are, to then know, oh, maybe I operate better in a group, or maybe I operate better just one-on-one with like a close friend.
Yeah. No, I think you explained very well. I think I'm learning myself. I have so many groups. I operate better in the group. I think I'm always Winnie, and this is what it is. I am Winnie, and I think I love myself, but I think I love my God, and I'm a person who like talk about things that I love, I'm passionate about it. So probably maybe I found people like being offended because I am like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Even if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna talk about it. So I found myself with people who probably they would just be irritated because I'm talking about the things that I'm passionate of it. And then they're like, it's okay. I am gonna talk about it. This is what I feel. And I learned that, I think, before like maybe a good 5 years. When I did my self-care, when I did detox myself, because I did detox myself, I learned to like, you know what, when I love something so much, I will talk about it. I will mention about it because I want it to happen to me. So when I'm telling you, not because I'm telling you to know it, it's because you are in my space and I love you. That's why I'm talking about it, this passion. But other people feels, every time they're talking about this, they're just talking about this, and then they feel irritated.
Yeah, so that's another thing you have to know, that who you are as a person irritates people, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because when somebody is living in their truth, there are people who are insecure about that truth. Maybe somebody is confident and they are really not confident. So when they see you being confident, it sort of wakens up that insecurity in them. And they start putting labels on you. Oh, she thinks she's somebody. She thinks, like the example you just gave of where you like to talk about what you're planning, what you're dreaming. And I can't even tell you maybe how many people in your friends group have thought that is boasting or whatever label they've put on it, you know. But then that shouldn't change who you are. This is why we're talking about really finding your tribe, finding people that appreciate that, finding people that you can be yourself, finding people who even know Winnie is just Winnie. Winnie is going to do this and they should be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because that has an effect on how you even move on in life, like how you grow, how you take up space, because you are who you are. And we're not saying this from a place where you can't change or you can't be told what is wrong with you. But then in the sense of your essence, your energy, who you are as a person, are you a leader? Like if you're a leader, you're a leader. If you're a natural born leader, you're a leader. And if you find somebody who finds that very offensive and they want to like make you small about it, it's not going to work. That friendship is not going to work.
Yeah, that you're right, and that's what I've been learning on. And remember when we say I've been praying on the dangerous prayer? Yeah, I'll bring my
dangerous prayer.
Dangerous prayer. If you don't know how to pray dangerous prayer, you can pray. You can pray a dangerous prayer.
What is a dangerous prayer?
So, the dangerous prayer is asking God, I have a circle of my friends. I love them all. But if there's any one of them you think is not good for me, I don't care how they're going to get out of my life. I'm not going to fight with them, but find the way. And then if they leave out of my life, I don't even have to chase it. But I'm going to give it a one-time chance. Because I said, God, I will ask what happened, because I don't know what happened. And then the third time I'll be like, what did I pray about? I did pray about it. It's good to know, like you say, it's good to know people who value you. And for me, it takes me a while because I love love. I love my family. I love my friends. I love sisterhood. I love love. So, and I'm very open. I'm an open blank. I'm an open book. So I share with the people that are close to me, because not everybody has a friend. I've learned that not everybody's been my friend. So I share. So when I share the things that I've been clicking, it may be a small thing, but guess what, Yvonne? I can say I clicked it and I'm doing it. It has taken a while, but you know what? When I go on my page and say, oh, actually I'm doing that. So when I share those things, some people just like, those are the people that I say, God, make sure you give me only the ones that when I'm in their space, I am smiling. Like right now, I'm about to come to your house and get Singubala. I can open your fridge. You can open my fridge. I'm okay. Not even feeling guilty. That's what I wanted. And I did ask God, I want friends that I don't have to come to your house No. I want to come in and out.
Yeah.
And I want you to do the same thing. But before we find ourselves in a space where you don't even know who you are, and then you're trying to juggle, what is this? How come Umunandi? And they can give you the world. They can help you do everything. But they were not there for the intention. They were not there for the reason. And I did do prayer, dangerous prayer. So if you're one of my friends, I still love you. God just took you out of my life for a good reason. So we can be able, when I see you, I'll say hi. Maybe not, but I will respect that because I did pray because I want to be able to live a righteous. I'm not perfect, but I don't want, I don't want to, hey, here. No. So that's me. On that part.
Yeah, because life is challenging enough. Like life is stressful enough to then be having issues with the people who are supposed to be a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like as we age and other things are coming in the picture, like children, careers, saving, retirement, aging parents, I feel like
Colombia.
yeah, like just a lot that life can pull, can pull you in 7 different streams. You need to then be very sure of your people, your friends, your tribe, like you just described. Like I like what we have because I know I can come in your house, I can open the fridge, my kids are safe in your home, your kids are safe here. Like that community is so important. Just having that
it was a hard work. It wasn't just easy.
It wasn't.
It wasn't like, hey, no. I can say maybe Yvonne might be sister, yeah. And it's good. And then that's the other thing about different personalities. I have these things that we are friends. I'm not gonna mention awesome. We don't talk about those kind of stuff. We have so much love and respect that we don't go, like you don't have to have friends where you sit down and talk about husbands in what can I say, in a religious place. You're my friend, we're not discussing husband and how it happens, or boyfriend and how it happens. Like I love that because yes, we can mention it maybe in a slight mistake, but I don't like, I want you to understand, like, it's not like if I want to sit down and say, oh, this ABC, then I don't love you. No. There's some things that it's personal. There's some things it's personal. I don't have to come to you and say, oh, what's going on here? No. I love you and I respect that part. So therefore, you should not even ask me a question. There are people who ask, oh, so I'm never got brunch. What? Are you crazy? I should sit down and
like you mean just asking you how your boyfriend is?
How the thing goes, that kind. No.
I feel like you have so many friends. I think unlike me, you are having so many different friends just because people are different.
Yeah.
So I know you have friends who maybe you discuss that with. And then you have a friend who maybe the friendship just ends on major topics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you also having like friends where you can have different friends.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I feel like that ties in with the topic because different people have different personalities and level of comfort. So I feel like each person is having a different friendship with with a different friend. Like I feel like that is very important to know, and then know the place every friend has in your life, and then you respect it. Right?
Yeah, no, it's like one person you don't even know. Like they're just like, okay, they're just a friend, and they just ask you that question, and you're like,
Or like when they're trying to move from the outer lane to
the inner, and then you're like,
You simply take them back. Yeah, like there. Yeah, because you have to be in the outer lane. You could exit anytime.
No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that here. Let's move
Like
on.
yeah, but then let me ask you, what is it about my personality that you find difficult, or what is it about my personality that you find easy? So one for easy and one for difficult.
No, so for you, and I think I'll say it from the back because right now we're good. I don't care. Right now, I don't even care. Yvonne is not talking. Like now, I can know when you're not okay. Like now, because it took me a long time to figure out who you are because we had put in so many people in the middle to figure ourselves. So when I started fully getting to know you, I know you are more like an introvert. You're like Mate. You're very quiet. You're very into yourself. You do things according to what Yvonne wants to do. Yvonne is a very strong person. Yvonne. But I learned to like respect you for who you are. If I call you, I'm like, Yvonne, are you okay? We're in a munch. I'm just coming from work. I can see from just the moment you pick up the phone. And sometimes you won't pick up the phone. Like Irene was even saying that day, like, if somebody's not feeling well, I feel something is wrong with you, I'll call you 3-4 times. I was calling you. Because I know something is going on with you, but that moment you will not tell me because you are a person, you're going to first take time, endure it, even if it's difficult. Later. For me, that's the part. That's the difficult part. But that's who you are. You have to like you get your feelings together, be able to be strong enough to even share. So that's another part. And then on the other part, you're like very nurturing and loving and caring. Of course, you know all those things. So that part, I guess, right?
Yeah, and with you, like the world knows this, and I can't wait for the other part of the world to catch on. I think that's why you even have a foundation. You are a mother at heart. You are so nurturing. You're constantly trying to host so you can feed us, and everybody is so free in your home. You would, your friends know this. You would run high and low for your friends. Whenever any of us has a problem, we know to call on you. And I find that that ties in with the part that is very emotional. And I feel like you feel so many things. Like when something is bad, you feel it just because you're an empathy. You walk people's emotions. You walk your emotions. Your emotions are so out there.
Hey,
yeah. So yeah, you're a great friend to have. You're really good, and then just even the community too. You're an asset. You do bring people. Yeah, you bring people together. When you care about a cause, you go far beyond the words to do what it takes. And I think that's really recommendable. You shouldn't lose that, and you shouldn't surround yourself with people that will make you lose that, because that is you. That is your fire, that is your energy, and that's how you show up in the world. Maybe that's your purpose. Like that's what you came to do here, So stay focused on that and make sure that the people who are in your friend circles and your group, they know who Winnie is. Winnie is a leader. Winnie will organize outings. Winnie will bring communities together. You do that. You are that person.
Those are flowers, Yvonne. Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like we have to give ourselves flowers before we die. Should I follow to my speech? My speech when I'm not there. Okay, I contributed the chicken you ate. No. I want to receive them now that I'm alive.
Thank you for saying that and coming from you. And we have worked on our friendship, and I want us to continue working on our friendship, raising our children together, and you being an aunt. You've seen us going through up and down, tears here, back and forth, but we are still striving and making sure our life goes on. Even right now, I'm still sad that Mr. Trump is the president, but I love him. I don't sometimes. Sometimes I'm mad. Sometimes I want to feel this way because I'm that person. It's really bothered me. It's not. It's not funny. It's because, it's like, oh, this and this. It's just like when the world is feeling like this, like you said, I'm very emotional. I'm feeling it. Like I was like, why am I so stressed? I'm like, and then I found myself. I'm like, why am I? And then Ryan calls me, said, babe, what's wrong? I'm like, so this is what you're gonna do? I'm like, yeah, but I can't talk about it. Oh my God, Musonda. I was like, yeah, and it's true. I feel like if I can do something, like right now, have you realized they've frozen the funding that they give for HIV/AIDS and all that stuff? So I'm like feeling, and it's like it's in me. I can't do nothing about it. I'm not in control. So I want to be able to be at the place where I say I'm not in control. I'm gonna leave it where it is. But thank you for the flowers. I really appreciate those flowers.
Yeah, receive them.
We just feel white, which they don't know about, but that's it.
Yeah, but tukalanda po twalidisha abantu pachini.
I swear. Let
me just address that. I feel like Ioma saying that it was speaking against what our culture believes in. We don't talk about food, especially when you're feeding somebody. I mean, I think even visitors, when they came to our homes, we never used to bring food as an issue. So I think that's why it's trending, but it's very funny at the same time.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, it's funny. Leave a topic away. When I was watching it, I was like, gosh, it's true. People feel jealous of him and all that stuff. He said the right thing. But what the problem is Mwalanda Bawali. Because Wali, that's the only thing we know. We can talk among yourselves. So for you to go and say it, and that funeral was just very broad. And funerals, everybody in the country knew about it. So just to mention Wali, that's just that was just not. That's why people are like, hey, but otherwise he said what he had to say. That's how he felt. That's why he feels this emotional. He was just trying to express himself. Rather than that, he was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. And I feel like he's targeted. So sometimes when you're pushed against the corner, sometimes you just react. Yeah. So that's there.
Yeah, so that was it for today, you and me. I wanted just to have this conversation. I want you to put a rice remarks over it. And I hope to see you. And this time we'll say different personalities in relationship, husband and wife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that.
We can talk about
the love life, yeah. Mm-hmm. We can talk about the Ndumes.
Ndumes, yeah. For real, we can talk about love life. No, thank you so much. Last remarks before we leave.
Sorry, what did you say?
The last remarks before we leave.
So no, just a recap of what we talked about. Like, it's important to take time to give yourself to people who you're gonna call your friends, and then you have to know your friends' personality so you can love them in a language that they understand. And the other important part is just you have to be very much cautious about who you surround yourself with, because you are a sum of the people you surround yourself with. Other than that, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, and we'll hope to see you soon. And let's go have a great day.
You too. Bye. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.